Okay, thank you again, Mr. Boyd, for coming in to see me today. My name is Tanisha Patton. I'm a student here at Georgia State,
How you
and this
doing,
is
Miss Pat?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. So this is just going to be a general intake interview. Just getting a little bit of information so that me and my supervisor can match you with the right therapist. To help you further along in your assessment or your treatment rather. So what we're going to do today. I just want to first go over the confidentiality agreement. Thanks so much for signing that form to consent. The only thing that will break that confidentiality agreement is if I learn about any suicidal tendencies or anything that is homicidal, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mr. Boyd, go ahead and tell me a little bit what brings you in today.
Well, ever since maybe 8 years or so by now, I had a very hard time with sleeping, and that problem led to my addiction to pain pills.
Okay, so what happened 8 years ago that when all of this started?
At first it was just I couldn't sleep. I thought it was just maybe I had a lot on my mind, had a lot of things planned in my head. Then all of a sudden I dealt with a tragic situation that really didn't help my sleeping any at all.
Okay,
Which at that point it just became like this is the only way I can sleep. So with me being in the neighborhood I was in, kids like, hey, try Xanax and make you sleep better. It gives you a different type of high. So at that point I didn't want to get high. I just wanted to sleep. That was the only way I could sleep.
okay. So you said you dealt with a tragic accident about 8 years ago. What was that accident, if you don't mind talking about it?
I lost a dear friend of mine very close to me, and after that it was just constantly I'm up. I'm just always woke, always woke, always woke. So I just had to find, I guess you could say, an outlet to kind of sleep. Marijuana wasn't an option. There was too many people around, so of course they always smell that. So next thing I knew was trying the pills, but I got so my body got so used to them, I didn't sleep no more. I was just high. So now all I want to do is just get high.
So they just basically stopped working for you.
Correct.
Okay, so you said you just wanted to get high. Did you try any other? You said not marijuana. So did you try any other drugs that
Well,
help?
I actually tried marijuana and it actually worked a little bit better, but it was just the smell, the odor was just too loud for me to do it around family and people around me. So it just wasn't. I couldn't go to work like that. So that wasn't an option.
Okay, so basically you use this Xanax as a coping mechanism. Did you have any other support to help you through this time? You said it was a tragic accident. Did you have family support?
I actually had a lot of people around me, but sometimes I get to the point where I just completely shut off. Meaning the conversation was well, I can hear it'll be well, it'll be better, everything will get better, but I didn't really want to hear it. It really didn't click in my head because I felt like no one really felt my pain.
Okay, okay. I'm definitely sorry to hear about that tragic accident. So maybe this process will help us get you to a point where you can, figure out a different way of coping with things. So do you think that you being addicted to pain pills or sleeping pills is affecting you in your daily life or in your work life?
Um, at first I would say it would because I'll be at work and now I just have to have me one. And so, well, not now, but maybe a while back, I just feel like I had to have a pill, just had to, because I was just couldn't stand being sober. Being sober kind of made me think too much. So at that time, I'll be at work and I'll mess around and take my Xanax. Next thing I know, I'm lethargic, no type of energy at all, just walking around, sleepy, not really working. My performance fell off. I really wasn't used to it yet, but I guess it wasn't putting me to sleep, but I was high. So it was
Okay, and you
really,
like that feeling.
I did, but at the same time, it was, all my friends say, you're bored, you don't have any energy, you're just there. You need some life in you.
Okay,
So it was kind of draining me, I guess.
okay, okay. So what you're saying today, what has making you think it's time to make a change?
Besides the fact that it gets very expensive. um, it's just, I just feel like I'll never cope with my problem if I keep trying to find a way out, I guess. Or, you know, I'm not never really dealing with it because I'm not really sober to actually deal with it. So I just think maybe it's time to just face it the right way, and then maybe I can get over it without having to take pills,
Okay, so
without having to try to find me place to go smoke some marijuana, ease my mind or something.
Okay, so right now you're really ready to deal with the problem that occurred 8 years ago and to find a different way of coping. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, and what do you think will be the benefit, you ready to get your life back?
Definitely. I know my friends love it.
Okay.
They say, prior to when I'm not on the pill, I guess you can say, I have great energy. They like the energy. But when I'm on the pill, I'm just here. I'm floating. I'm out of space. I'm just out there, and they don't really like that side of me.
Okay, so how was your childhood?
I actually had a pretty decent childhood. I wouldn't really call it rough. I had both parents in the house, and I pretty much had everything I liked, anything I pretty much wanted. So it wasn't a rough childhood. It was actually pretty decent compared to, I guess you could say, the kids around me, the kids at the school around me. They maybe had a rough childhood, but I probably kind of made, excuse me, I probably kind of made some of the decisions that a couple of other rough kids made just to kind of fit in, I could say. But it wasn't a rough one.
Okay, how was your relationship with your parents?
Oh, it was great. I had the coolest parents. Everybody at the school wanted, hey, let's go to Mr. Boyd. Let's go to Boyd House. His mom and dad, they're cool. Let's go over there. So, it was, but I think they were so much more of a brother, sister than a parent. So sometimes, I couldn't really just go sit down and, hey, mom, I got this problem. Hey, dad, I got this problem. So, I didn't feel like I could talk to them like that, which I'm pretty sure I could. If I wanted to, they would have listened. But, I just didn't take that route.
Okay, and do you have children yourself?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, do you think that you try to do different with your son than your parents did with you?
Yeah, I think I would. I don't think my parents did a bad job. I just think, they left the open line of communication there. I just didn't take it. I just, if I have to go through it with my child, I just make sure that he have the opportunity to really understand that open line of communication is actually there. Like, right or wrong, come talk to me. If I yell at you, okay, cool, but don't feel like you can't come talk to me about it.
Okay, well, that's good. It sounds like you had a really great relationship with your parents and your family. That's always nice. Have a good, strong support system, especially when you're going through something like this, where you're ready to, turn your life over and get away from your addiction. So that's always good to have a nice support system. How is your relationship with your friends?
Well, depends. It depends on how many pills I decide I had at the time. Like, they love me if I'm not really on the pill because I'm full of energy, got jokes, everybody want to laugh, be happy, blah, 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 and hey, let's go here, let's go there. But when I'm pretty much on the pill, I'm there. I don't really want to be bothered. I'm just, whatever y'all want to do, it doesn't matter. And, they don't really like that. They don't say I kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They say I kind of kill the mood of the party all the time.
Okay. So I see that you said when you were younger, it was your friends who introduced the drugs to you to help you sleep. But now it's your friend that's also telling you should get off of the pills because you're not the same person.
Well, maybe I should change the word friend and stop using it so loosely. But the ones that introduced to me, I guess I should just say more of acquaintance, guys around the way.
Okay.
And when I mean around the way, I guess in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood,
right.
Okay. Thanks for that, no problem. Okay, Mr. Boyd, so have you ever been to therapy or spoke to anyone about, your current problems?
No. For the longest, I never really seen it as a problem. Because recently, with the hip hop music and all that, they made it kind of okay to do Xanax. So I never really looked at it as being a problem.
Okay, so I know you said that you started off with Xanax and it turned into an addiction. Are you taking any other prescription pills?
Percocets. It was a little bit stronger. Gave it a little bit longer high.
Okay, so it turned you from doing it from sleeping to getting high.
Basically.
And now you're ready to go ahead and make that change and, get help for that addiction. Are you willing to go to therapy or rehab or something like that?
Yeah, I I think I'm really ready to take that next step.
Okay, and would you consider talking to your family about your problem, or do you not want them involved?
Well, I would talk to them. I would speak with them.
Because it seems
Well,
like they would be really strong support for you since you said you have such a great relationship.
they will. I don't think they'll. They're not so much judgmental.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So let's see. So, Mr. Boyd, from this experience and going forward with treatment as far as therapy or even rehab, what do you hope to gain from the process?
First and foremost, my life back, my social life. That is. I don't want to be a bore to people. Obviously, people enjoy the real me, not the false me that they get when I'm on the pills and stuff like that. So I'm just hoping I'll be able to, be social again, be funny to my friends again, let them, hey, let's call and see what Boyd doing today. Let's hang out with him. Just get that whole thing back. And then finally, hopefully a little bit later down the line, I'm able to deal with my situation sober. That's the main thing I think that I want to gain out of this. And once I reach that point where I can finally accept what happened and actually deal with it and don't have to try to find a way around it, and I think everything will be okay.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's always nice to go into this with having a plan of some sort, just so you'll know at the end of the road what am I looking to gain from. So you'll have something to look forward to and attain. You do show a lot of resilience, and as far as willingness to put that first foot forward and make the effort for change. So that's always something good that you should look forward to. And it's always nice goals when you have a goal and a plan. The plan makes it easier to reach that goal. So that's always nice. And, we're definitely going to help you with getting to that part, no problem there. So is there anything else that you wanted us to know, to take into consideration before we go ahead and make our recommendation for you this evening?
No, I don't really have too much more I think I should add on to it, except for maybe the fact that I'm really, 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 really excited about taking the next step and actually admitting, first of all, it is a problem. Because for the longest, like I say, society kind of made it sociable. They kind of made it okay, not so much as an addiction or a problem. It was just like, hey, this is what the rappers are doing. This is okay. But, not knowing the effects that it have on people. Like I see one of the rappers, they fell out, got too hot while they was on the pills and stuff like that. Just opened my eyes into realizing, like, hey, maybe we need to slow down. Maybe this really is a problem.
Okay. I definitely understand, and I do applaud you for going ahead and taking that next step and that initiative to go ahead and seek help, because like you said, it is a problem and it is an addiction, and it's nice to know that you're not the only person that's living with this addiction. So there is a lot of support and help out there for you, to help you get sober and clean, so that way you can enjoy that time with your friends and enjoy that time with your family. So it's not something that is going to be a transition. It's going to be another step for you to take, and even be a better father than you already are with your child. So it's always good to have that support system. I'm definitely going to take all of this into review, go over this video here with my supervisor so that way he can make the next recommendation on which form of therapy and everything for you to do. Did you have any other questions for me before we leave today?
I don't think I really do.
Okay, so I believe they did get your contact information, back at the desk. We have that all on file, so we'll definitely go ahead and give you a call. I'll say within 48 hours, give you a call, let you know what happened from our assessment, and match you up with the perfect, either the rehab facility or another therapist to help you with this assessment. So I just want to say thank you again, Mr. Webb, for coming in and speaking with me today.
All right, thank you. You have a nice day, man.
You too.